What's good, YouTube? This is your man Azrael the One signing off. What's going on? How you doing? Today is the 7th of March. It's been a hot minute since I came up with a new video topic, and I promised some of you guys that will follow me on Twitter a opportunity to see me talk about a topic that's going on Monday. On March 10th, we will have a rally by Benjamin Crump, Al Sharpton, the Martin family, the Davis family, and whoever else they can get along to go for the ride. Now, I want to take a moment, and I'm going to put the flyer up right now. Right. Now, I have to be honest with you, I am thoroughly disgusted by what I've seen. Not because they're trying to rally for 3 souls that are affected in some type of, and I won't say some type of, rather poor choice of words, but they're affected by the stand your ground law in some way. Now, I'm not going to hash out the particulars because anybody with reason and common sense, and if they do the research, can clearly show where stand your ground has been applied in those 3 cases based on those 3 individuals listed on the flyer, or rather the lack thereof. But what I am going to talk about today is that Negroes, we sit around and we complain and we rally. We talk about the law needs to change. The problem I have with that is that it's inefficient. You would be better served this way. Learn the law. What I mean to say is, if you do not understand nor learn the law, eventually you will become victims of it. What does that mean, you ask? I think if you look at your Deontay's, and your Deandras, and your Deshantas, and whoever else you want to talk about, most of these people who have been in trouble with the law, well, you get the idea. Most of them didn't know the law, especially when they were doing what they felt was defending themselves. An example would be that young lady in Florida who was a terrible shot. I can't remember her name. I think her name was Marissa Alexander. I know her husband's name was Rico Gray. This woman left the premises, went to her car, got her gun, went back in the house. Something happens and she fires a shot at her husband's head. Now, I believe the woman was trying to kill her husband, could have accidentally shot her children, but she was a very poor shot. In the case of Trayvon Martin, they will keep saying George Zimmerman, and I want to take a pause and tell you that I have never believed in George Zimmerman, but I believe in representing the truth fairly, that George Michael Zimmerman used the stand your ground law to get off. When in reality, anyone who's followed that case realized that George Zimmerman elected the classic self-defense. I'm saying all this to say this. Black people, look at the 2 cases I just mentioned before you. George Zimmerman, Marissa Alexander. Now, the difference was, George Zimmerman knew the law. Regardless of what anyone wants you to believe, the man knew and understood the law, and that's why he walked. Marissa Alexander did not understand the law. That's why she's doing 20 years in prison. Not saying that George Zimmerman was correct in what he was doing, or saying Marissa Alexander was incorrect. I wasn't there. I can only go by the evidence presented. See, if Negroes took the time, honestly, to learn the law, to fully ascribe themselves to understanding the way the law works and how you can take advantage of the law to your benefit, well, I would reason if it was black on white issues, where a white man accosted you and you starved him out, you killed him, whatever the case. If you understand the law, then you know exactly how you should respond, to what level of force if necessary, yada yada yada. Now, the biggest issue I have with this rally is because the white liberal is still at the head of all this. And although a black man, a red man, a yellow man, a green man will all go out there on Monday and will all lock arms and say, "We shall overcome," and kumbaya fucking ya. At the end of the day, you have not accomplished anything that will be of value to you. What does that mean? You have not raised an awareness. You have not understood the fact that even if you change this law, this does not change the conditioning of the Negro mind, in where he does not know the laws of the land that he lives in and subsequently can be taken advantage of because of it. An example would be these men who are dealing in a child support system that is systematically designed to oppress them fully. These men do not know the law. They do not understand the way the system works. Therefore, they are consistently being taken advantage of by these hood rat bitches, these bed wenches, these nasty little bitch whores that are running around here, popping out babies and flying through life with the jaws off and the legs open. That is about as real as I can make it for you. Because these men are ignorant of the law. Because they are ignorant of how to adequately protect themselves under the law. They become victims. Whether it is in child support, whether it is on the street, if it's in the freaking police station, they become victims. I want you guys to understand that these liberals who are marching out here asking for their change of a law do not say, you know what, this is a law. Yes, this law has a lot of dangerous loopholes in it. But if Negroes are able to use this law to defend themselves just as much as a Hispanic would do it, or a white could do it, then Negro people will be regarded as people to be respected as an equal, and that as American citizens, they understand their rights and they will utilize them within the fullest extent that the law allows them to, and that may and will include deadly force. Now, it is not about people fearing you because you are black. Now they need to fear you because you are a black man or a black woman that knows, first and foremost, is armed up here. And that while you are peaceful and a law-abiding citizen, you have no problem in the defense of your family, your property, or your person to put a bullet in somebody's head just to defend your right to exist. I know it's like I'm saying a whole lot, and to some people I may not be saying enough. But you have to understand that this is the mentality of blacks in America. We want to change laws because we're too lazy to fight to understand them, understand how they work, why they exist, to whose benefit, to whose detriment. The stand your ground is to your detriment because you don't know how to apply it to your benefit. When you learn how to apply it to your benefit, then it stops being a detriment. Because under those provisions, every single person that lives in a state that has a stand your ground law, it applies to. You can use it. I think that instead of these guys going out here on 3/10/2014 to march and rally, they need to find a way to get some lawyers, some judges to take time off from work and teach people Americans the law. Like everybody else, right? So you have the same rights afforded to you by God and by the people who have collectively agreed that these are the rights that we want. So, by that logic, if those are the rights given you, why not use them? I think that if you want to come to this channel and you want to debate issues like this, you've got to look at the underpinnings of what's really going on. More importantly, when you come to this channel and you keep looking for changes and solutions, you got to understand one simple thing. Change starts with one.